Well, my goodness, we made it to Friday. How on earth did this happen? I didn't think we were going to make it through the week. Boy, yesterday, we were live and shit twice. Once talking about Susan Smith. Whew, boy, that one. Even after all this time. Had crazy Sarah Boone. But we're back talking about Madeline. Now, I knew it wouldn't take too long. To get some comments. And some people have the audacity to send me emails saying, just let her rest in peace. How can she rest in peace until all the truth is out? There is still a full-on investigation. You know how I know? Because someone local to the case, not to the family, lives in the area, called as a concerned citizen, wanting to know why Jen Soto has not been charged with anything. After being transferred around for a little while, was flat out told, oh, that part is an open investigation. Oh, yeah. Damn right it is. Today, we're going to be focusing more on Mr. Disney, Stefan. As we know, law enforcement does not have to tell us what they're doing. But they'll say stuff like, case is closed. You know, you name it. But to say, oh, it's an open investigation. And the question that was presented to the detective this wonderful woman talked to was not about Stephen Stearns. It was about Jen Soto. Why is she not charged? Why is she not in jail? That is an open and ongoing investigation, is what she was told. Whew, too much to unpack. Anyone think that they need a beer, a cigarette, and a Tylenol when you hear about this case? Because the nastiness just does not stop. Let's take a second and welcome all of our friends and say, hey, it's Friday. Hello. Okay, more and more and more is coming out. Another creator who is a friend of this channel, not going to mention the creator. Hold on. Lexi, Texie, where have you been, girl? I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. Glad you're back. Glad you're back, my friend. Okay, so already I've gotten off topic. Another problem I had is I'm trying to watch chat on my cell phone and I keep getting this alert for this video on YouTube that says how cats say they're sorry. This video got like 1 million views. I could have done that video in 2 seconds. They don't. Cats don't give a shit about our feelings. They got a whole video talking about how cats say they're sorry. GTFO. Now OG's going to want to watch that today, and I'm going to tell him no. Hell no. No. But there's more things coming out every day between the FOIA requests, what the media, the local media is putting out, and every bit of it is stomach churning. Let's go back. Well, first, let's do a recap from the week, okay? And if you all want to, you can rate these as to what you find to be the worst. Also, if any of the mod squad can put in our Facebook group and our playlist, that would be ever so helpful.
And he threw away her backpack. That was her backpack in that bag. How long does somebody go to jail for this? Please tell me it's so much.
Please tell me he's going to go to jail for this. Please. It's so much. Do you know what she's actually worried about? Jen Soto is worried about her going to jail.
I've always told him that my biggest fear is that this would turn into a Woody Allen situation where the stepdaughter or the dad grooms the child and the child turns 18 and ends up running away with him. I told him that was my biggest fear, and I don't ever want that happening. You can't do that to me.
Why would you say that to him?
Because I never trusted. I grew up being told never trust a man. My mom put that in my body. Never trust a man.
So many Freudian slips. My mom put that in my body and told me never trust a man. Now I have seen some comments. I had one insane email about giving Jen Soto a break, saying she was probably essayed as well. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. But at what point does it not click in someone's head to not let those things happen to your own child? Listen to the Woody Allen statement again. Listen to the main word in there. And it rhymes with we, but starts with an M.
I've always told him that my biggest fear is that this would turn into a Woody Allen situation where the stepdaughter or the dad grooms the child and the child turns 18 and ends up running away with him. I told him that was my biggest fear, and I don't ever want that happening. You can't do that to me.
Why would you say that to him?
Because I never trusted. I grew up being told never trust a man. My mom put that in my body. Never trust a man.
She put that in my body. Never trust a man. Oh, okay.
Now, June 16th of last year at 9:30 p.m. and 27 seconds, you texted Stefan this: Maddie's no longer sleeping with me. I can't risk it. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
She says, I have no idea. That's a very important text message. That's extremely important. Maddie cannot sleep with me. It's too risky. I have no idea.
Have you talked to Chris about Stephanie even aware?
Yeah.
When?
I think when you guys showed me the photos.
So we showed you photos of Stephen raping.
No.
First all you had was to ask his father if he should get aware.
No. I saw a picture. I didn't see the rape. I didn't know she was getting raped until yesterday. I saw the picture of the oral sex happening. And I knew that was true, right? That's evidence. That's for real. That's fucking happening. But I kept thinking, they're going... I don't know why I can't tell you why my brain kept thinking, no, he didn't kill her. Not that he didn't kill her, but she's still missing. She's still out there. She was taken. yes, he's done this to her, and that's not okay. But I swore she was still, I felt in my body she was still alive, she was still out there. I told Chris to get a lawyer because I felt like you guys were chasing the wrong person, but you weren't. You're not.
I showed you a picture. A picture you saw. She was giving a blowjob to a grown-ass man, and you told his dad to get him a lawyer. Missing, right? Now then you just thought she was missing. And we were showing you our investigative lead being raped. A blowjob is rape. Not consensual. Whether she wants to do it or not, that is not consensual. And you prioritized him again. You prioritized him by offering him or telling his dad to get him a lawyer. Not what the fuck did you do? Not, hey, we need to figure out what happened. No, let's protect Stefan.
I wasn't shocked.
No, it's not shock. That is your natural instinct to protect Stefan.
Yes, tell her.
Okay? And if that's naturally how you react, that's fine. But that goes into what I've been telling you this whole conversation is I don't believe a lot of the things you're saying, and I don't believe a lot of the things you say you weren't aware of. And that is because you've now shown me twice that your first reaction, no matter what you were told or shown, missing or seizing a cell phone, or we're showing you pictures of her giving him a blowjob, your first reaction is to protect Stefan. So now, ordered by Stefan, you're aware of this, you were shown pictures of this, you were shown pictures of her body in his car with a seatbelt on, right? We have played it out for you. Now you're in a stage where he's in jail, you know she's passed away, and now you can feel emotion, right? Until that point, when you were shown that she was deceased, your continued first reaction is to protect this guy. You just said, I only saw a picture of him, whatever your verbiage was, I say blowjob, of his penis in her mouth, and your first reaction was, fuck. Oh my, victimized? No. She's being abused? No. It's Stefan needs a lawyer.
Stefan needs a lawyer. Not that my daughter has been horrifically and violently abused, and it's been taped and recorded and probably shared. Her first reaction was, oh, if he needs a lawyer.
Go back inside. Me? I don't care if it's the love of my life sitting next to me. I don't care if it's maternal grandma. If the police come and take my mom's phone and my son's disappearance, I'm not going to offer my mom a lawyer. That's nuts to me. That to me shows you prioritizing Stefan. Because at that point you became more worried about him being falsely accused than anyone. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Whether or not that's what you felt, does that make sense? People having lawyers is their constitutional right. That is a thing that everybody is afforded. But for somebody who's going through what you were going through, to offer him a lawyer leads me to believe that there may have been a conversation, there may have been knowledge, or there may have been some inclination that you had, whether it be his involvement, her location, or something to where in your mind there's guilt.
I promise you.
Because you offering him a lawyer is very weird.
I know. That was still me under the assumption that I think at one point you guys interviewed me, and when you guys showed me the picture of her, I believed the sexual stuff, but I didn't want to believe that he had done anything evil to her. I'm like, I believed the sexual stuff, but I didn't want to believe that he had done anything evil to her. I'm like, no, what if he did this stuff fine, but what if she's still missing out there? What if somebody took her? I still wanted to believe I believed him. I believed his whole story. So I was just like, I kept repeating that part. I'm just like, what if she did get dropped off? What if she got abducted? What if she's missing? But that was me assuming that you guys had the wrong guy. I wanted to think he was a good guy still, but clearly he's not. After everything you guys have told me and have shown me, I know he's the worst person on this face of the earth.
We know that now. We know he's a piece of shit now.
You know?
But you didn't know that then.
I didn't.
Then you offered a guy who the police suspected of kidnapping, abducting, assisting the disappearance, offered him a lawyer. And then we don't have to roundtable that. You went back to what you just said is the sex stuff is fine.
Okay, the detective says, you say the sex stuff is fine. She says, I didn't know that she had been raped until yesterday. In her mind, rape is penetration. Listen, him just touching her over the clothes would be rape. She said, I believed his story. At this point, she already had loads of information thrown on her lap. She was shown pictures, a picture of her daughter, in the passenger seat of his car where they said, she's not sleeping, she's alive. Polly's Cookie says guilty, failure to protect. I agree. I do not know in Florida what sort of consequence that is. It is just my opinion that they're holding on to get bigger fish and get her for something else. But months and months and months ago, WESH said Stefan could be hiding bombshell info. And I think he is. And don't think for a minute I think Stefan is some sort of hero in this case. I think there was a lot of cooperation and communication in that home from the age of 8 to the day of little Maddie's death at 13. Yes, I believe he has a lot of information. Question is, will he give this information over to investigators or use it as a playing card to stay off death row?
A professor of forensic studies says Stephen Stearns could be holding on to bombshell information he thinks could eventually get him out of jail.
Yes, Stearns is the man charged with abusing and killing 13-year-old Madeline Soto. West 2's Megan Mulatto joins us now from our Osceola County Bureau. And Megan, this comes after we reviewed recently released documents.
Yeah, the documents released to us by the state attorney's office on Thursday detail a conversation between Stearns and who appear to be his parents. Now, in that conversation, Stearns tells them that he still has, quote, hope for his situation. That makes a professor of forensic studies that we spoke with think that Stearns is holding on to some vital information. The documents show Stephen Stearns telling
There is still perhaps a slim hope for my situation, his situation. Have you noticed everything with them is first person? Jen Soto didn't want a Woody Allen situation and said, you can't do that to me. Stephen Stearns, there is still perhaps a slim hope for my situation. There is never, ever, ever, never any emotion for Maddie. And either way, he's never getting out of jail. First degree murder, all of the sex crimes. You might as well go ahead and spill it now, dude. He goes, I maintain hope that I might be able to come home once this whole nasty business has reached its end, and ask that you both remain hopeful as well and continue to pray for me to be delivered home again. Look, we all love our children. We do. Who would want his ass back around?
his family that, quote, there is still perhaps a slim hope for my situation, adding he might be able to come home once this whole nasty business has reached its end. We asked Professor of Forensic Studies at Florida Gulf Coast University, Dr. David Thomas, for his thoughts on that statement. He says hope of coming home could likely mean he's holding on to something that could get him a lesser sentence.
There's no doubt there's information that law enforcement doesn't have. And so whenever he decides to drop that bomb, if there is a legitimate bomb that he's going to drop, this hidden information, then I think that he's hoping that that's going to get him off the hook.
The documents also reveal an email sent to Stearns from his mom
From his mom. We all know, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the blank. Jen was heavily involved in this, and I am disgusted that she is free and you are not, when this is not all your fault. Now remember, Debbie Stearns made sure that when they would come to visit their home, meaning Mr. Disney, worst mother on the planet, as of right now, somebody could one-up her, and Maddie would come to their home in Northport, Debbie Stearns made sure Maddie slept with her. She already knew something was not right. When she says, I am disgusted that she is free and you are not, when this is not all your fault, you need to think about yourself more and her less. She sure isn't thinking of you and how she can help you right now. Meaning, Jen was an accomplice. You see, Jen was part of the entire horrible situation. She goes on to say that whole family is willing to stay quiet and let you take the fall. Now, I'm sure a lot of this comes from a mother that's worried about her son. I get it. Got it. But when I go back through the interviews between Christopher Stearns and Debbie Stearns, when she said, no, Madeline would sleep with me. Diana, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you for contributing this channel and making a donation to keep me afloat. Well, I can't say me, us.
Accusations that someone else was, quote, heavily involved in this. His mom is upset that someone else is free, saying, quote, when this is not all your fault. That person's name is not public record. Dr. Thomas says the conversation points to the potential hidden information being about that other person.
I think he's looking for the prime opportunity or the prime time to sit down and maybe have that conversation, maybe try to get offer a deal with the state in order to get in order to maybe take the death penalty off the table.
Okay, so he has been charged with the big one, first degree murder. Okay. What deal does he really think the state's going to give him? He would have to have the most shocking revelation for them. He would. He would have to have the most relevant information to ever get him out of hot water. Maybe in Florida, they will take the death penalty away for him to give up names of people he associated with. People that associated with Jen, people that he gave certain discs to at these different game places. Maybe. If not, he's just going to have to sit there because this goes way deeper.
For now, Stearns is the only person facing charges in this case. He's facing murder charges in the death of 13-year-old Madeline Soto, as well as 60 other charges involving child sex crimes after police say he abused her for years. His trial is set to begin in mid-October. We're live in our Osceola County.
And the whole Jen gave him permission, and Jen saying that the sex stuff wasn't evil. She only considered the rape as in penetration, okay? There's no such thing as permission from an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old. It's not possible. Kat, my goodness, thank you for the super sticker. She said, sorry, I can't come up. I'm listening from work. Well, listen to this because we got a few things we got to go through. This is from one of my favorite channels, Police Off the Cuff. I think old Bill Cannon is one of the coolest dudes on the tube. Don't let people talk shit all the time about YouTube and people that talk about true crime, because there are some good ones out there. He clipped this and he said, "The scandalous revelations by Jen Soto."
What kind of happened after the Tigers game?
Do you feel like everything starts to get blurry?
Oh, I get it. Trust me. We've been in this office for like 3 days straight.
Yeah, so I just don't remember what day I had conversation with you guys.
Tuesday night, Orange County detectives came out there because I ended up coming out Tuesday night.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember seeing me or not that night.
Okay.
That was the first night we were at the apartment into the nighttime.
Yeah, is that when you guys shut down the house for forensics?
Yes.
Okay.
Tell
So
us about that.
okay. So earlier that day, I think Detective Hunt came, or somebody came, and asked Stefan for his cell phone. If he would willingly give it up so that they can look at it, or if they would need a warrant. And I remember him saying, "Should I have asked a warrant? Should I have?" And I'm like, "No, you got nothing to hide. Give him your fucking phone." And I think we hung out in the house for a little bit, and then when you guys came in the evening and you guys told us to wait outside and we waited in my car, he started getting very anxious and very panicky, going, "I want my phone back. I want my phone back." And
I want my phone back. I want my phone back. I want my phone back. So they're sitting out in the car like two dumbasses as they're investigating the disappearance of Madeline Soto. He's saying, "I want my phone back. I want my phone back. I want my phone back." Now, I have my own opinion about this, but we're going to discuss it after this clip.
I said, "Listen, at this point, it's their phone. It's theirs for fucking ever. I don't give a shit. We will buy you a new phone. It doesn't matter anymore. Whatever they need. Like, let them look at it." And he's like, "I just want my phone back." And I'm just like, are you trying to make yourself more suspicious? Because, like, if you were to go demand your phone back right now, that would look suspicious as fuck. Like, what are you doing?
This is partners in crime, okay? They're sitting in the car. They didn't drive off to go to a hotel or to go look around for Madeline or to go visit family. They're sitting outside in the car, okay? That has been confirmed. That's not just her words. She says to him, "Don't you look suspicious enough? You go back in and demand your phone, that's going to look suspicious AF." They were plotting and planning in there on what to do. When they were sitting in the car, they were plotting and planning. Hence why when they found the images, as she calls them, she immediately got a hold of his father saying he needs a lawyer.
I'm thinking he's just getting impatient because he's bored and wants to play on his phone. And at one...
Okay, I got to stop it right there. I'm just thinking he's getting impatient and he's bored and wants to play with the phone. He's not for, if you're bored, go look for Madeline. Tell you what, there was a ton of entertainment inside that apartment. If he was bored, he could have walked right in there and been like, "I can tell you what's been going on. You have a missing child and you're bored?" I just thought he was bored and frustrated at one point. You've got to be kidding me. What it is he wanted access to what he had on his Google.
One point, he takes my phone to start playing with it. I gave it up, and I said, here, play on my phone. Have fun, because...
Okay, we're going to go back through this here in a second. I said, here, play on my phone. Have fun. Hold on. According to Jen Soto, she's thinking that her daughter is still out there somewhere. Has not been murdered, has not been, as she says, stashed or dumped. Here you go, play with my phone. Why would you do that? Why would you give up your communication device if your daughter is out there, has ran away, and might need to communicate with you? Here you go, have fun. No. If it doesn't make sense, and I mean common sense, it's not true. What is true, she didn't give a shit. They got into that car and they were panicked AF.
I think from my phone, he was trying to log into his emails, but he couldn't, because you need like 2-factor authentication from your own phone. And I'm just like, what are you trying to look at? And he's like, oh, my shipments, my packages. He's addicted to buying shit. That's another thing. Me and his dad couldn't figure out where Stefan was getting money from to buy stuff since he's been unemployed the last 2 months, but he's constantly buying himself packages, buying himself things off of Amazon, buying himself things off the line.
Is this stuff you can confirm, or you think he's doing this?
What?
Buying packages.
I can confirm because I am linked to his Amazon account,
Okay.
and his parents can confirm whatever UPS packages or whatever he's getting at home.
Where do you all think he was getting his money? Because yes, his father talked about that as well. He said, I wasn't giving him money. I'm sure he understands his wife's finances because they're a household. She talks about the Christmas money. However, Yolanda said they kept the Christmas money with them so Maddie could spend it when she came to visit. I think this has to do with multiple images. And again, she's acting like she's the victim. Now, that Telegram, Discord, an app he was using, in my opinion, is how things were getting transported and sold. And a lot of these GameStops he went to. It's not easily detectable. It's not easily tracked.
What?
Buying packages.
I can confirm because I am linked to his Amazon account,
Okay.
and his parents can confirm whatever UPS packages or whatever he's getting at home. But I'm linked to his Amazon account. If you guys have my phone, you'll see whatever shipment. I think most recently I did like birthday party. If you see birthday party stuff, that was me. But everything else, him.
You know, we have to question, and I'll stop it right here for a second. All of these things are happening that show her that Stefan Stearns is a liar. He's dishonest. He's coming up with money. He's stealing from his parents. And nothing occurs to her. This doesn't slap her in the face or pour a bucket full of water over her head and wake her up and say, this guy's bad. This guy's a piece of shit. It never occurs to her. All the
Hang on, for some reason I'm buffering. We had a storm last night. I agree with everything Bill said and Bill says. And he knows what he's doing, okay? He knows. Love that comment. She knew what was going on. I agree. There might be a problem on YouTube's side. So I'm going to take that down and we're going to look at something else.
Details in the Maddie Soto case. More interviews with Maddie's mom, Jen Soto, were recently released. Detectives hinted to Jen that Maddie may have been pregnant.
Hannah McKenzie is live here in the studio right now. So, Hannah, these interviews happened in the weeks after Maddie's body was found.
Yes, and we have been going through hours of these video and audio interviews. In this video interview that we showed you yesterday, investigators questioned Maddie Soto's mother, Jen Soto, on February 28th, asking her if she had seen a pregnancy test inside the house. Then weeks later, in an interview with Kissimmee police, the same topic comes up again.
We have strong beliefs that Maddie is deceased.
This is the moment Jen Soto is told her daughter's disappearance was becoming a murder investigation.
We are investigating a homicide. We are investigating a homicide. They show a picture to her of her daughter propped up in the passenger seat of the car with the dog leash to hold her up to look like she's alive. I would love to know whose idea that was. She's like, oh, that's Maddie. She's asleep. They're shaking their head. No, we do not believe she's asleep. We're investigating a homicide. What was her response? Oh, you're looking for a body? You're looking for a body? We're looking for Maddie. We're looking for your daughter.
And the main suspect in Maddie Soto's death.
I assumed he dropped her off, that she went missing, and that he had nothing to do with it.
Jen Soto's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns.
I wanted to think the best of him and think, oh, he's innocent, but you guys are just pursuing the wrong person.
Just a few hours after Kissimmee police had this conversation with Jen, Maddie's body was found in a field in St. Cloud.
I didn't even think he would drive that down there, because everything, for the most part, that he did was in Orlando by the mall.
It wasn't.
What an idiot. What a stupid, stupid bitch. Okay? Everything he did was in Orlando by the mall. I didn't think he would drive down there. I didn't think he would drive down to St. Cloud. Everything he did was in Orlando by the mall. Okay. You really think he's going to put your deceased, murdered daughter around the mall? She knew about the connections to St. Cloud. She knew it. Everything he did was around Orlando, around the mall. She probably told him where to go.
Until weeks later, though, that the state attorney's office announced Stearns was being indicted for Maddie's murder. That was April 24th. But 6 days before that.
So anything you say today can't and won't be used against you unless you just don't tell us the truth.
Jen was at the state attorney's office being questioned about Maddie's death.
I knew that they were going to go to McDonald's, but not 7 o'clock in the morning.
And a possible motive. Multiple times, detectives asked her about Maddie's menstrual cycle.
I would write what days she would get her period, yeah. In February, no, I didn't notice her using any of her feminine hygiene products.
Hinting at the possibility Maddie may have been pregnant.
Now, you know those channels that talk about tragedy pimp, tragedy pimp, tragedy pimp, tragedy pimp. You know, what are they doing talking about this child? So anyone that has even speculated, hinted at, had a question about if Maddie was possibly pregnant has been drugged like crazy. They're like, this is sick. How could you do this? Because it's part of the investigation. The state attorney's office, they're not going to sit there and go, hey, tell me what you know. Wouldn't that be easy? Hell, even OJ could do that. They're clearly putting out statements to get her reaction and get information because they already know.
Period. In February, no, I didn't notice her using any of her feminine hygiene products.
Hinting at the possibility Maddie may have been pregnant. That has not been confirmed. We did reach out to the state attorney's office and asked if Maddie's blood or urine had been tested for the presence of pregnancy hormones. We haven't received a response just yet. Of course, we will keep you updated. In the studio, Hannah McKenzie, Fox 35 News.
Whether she was pregnant or not, I have a feeling that's just going to be a bombshell that's let out in court. But everything in this case shocks the shit out of me. Okay, this is working again. This is where she's talking about the money, and then we're going to go through some nasty, nasty business. Does everyone have their seatbelt on? Everyone have their coffee? You have your orange juice?
Feeling from his parents, and nothing occurs to her. This doesn't slap her in the face or pour a bucket full of water over her head and wake her up and say, this guy's bad. This guy's a piece of shit. It never occurs to her. All of a sudden, she becomes a genius during this interview. Oh, I should have known. He was in her life for 5 years, going on 6 years. She just discovered that now. And these detectives sitting back there and being very patient and listening, they know all this and they're fuming inside. And I know that some of you guys, when you watch the Stefan Stearns interview, that's another interview I'd like to comment on when I get the video of that. You wanted the detectives to actually physically beat the shit out of him. And of course, is the urge there for those detectives wanting to strangle him? Yes, but it's not their job to mete out punishment for the state. It's their job to get the very best case, to take the very best statements, to take the very best interview, the very best interrogation, so that they can put this person in prison for the rest of his life. And in this case, with Jennifer, down the road, she may wind up getting prosecuted. I believe she will.
I was so waiting on Bill's opinion of this case. I was so waiting because I know he has been frustrated since everything started coming out. I would say, like, you know, especially early March, when we were all having questions like, how did she not know? How did she not know? How did she not know? But he said, no, I believe she will be prosecuted. And she needs to be prosecuted. I know some people say, well, just go ahead and get her for child neglect. Okay, fine. If they want to tie their time up with some BS misdemeanor, then, you know, that's totally up to them. I think they want something much bigger. I think they want to find out her actual involvement. Look at this. Kippy K. I hope I'm saying it right. She said, hi, all. First time here ever. You all welcome our new friend. If today is your first time in this chat, come on. Introduce yourself. Everyone tell our new friend, Kippy Kai, hi. welcome. You're going to like it here. And if you would like to become a member, I'm sure somebody will drop a link in a second because it's a lot of fun in the members.
He's constantly buying stuff and he doesn't have money. He keeps saying he's got money in his savings, but me and his dad call bullshit because he hasn't had, when he lived with us, he was struggling. His dad was helping him pay his bills, paying his rent, paying his gas, paying his insurance. Stefan was helping us, supporting us by buying food and all that stuff. But I don't know what he did with the rest of his money. And I don't know where he's getting money from now.
You were telling us that he was trying to log into his emails.
So he's trying to log into his emails on his phone. And I said, two-factor authentication, you can't do anything. You're just going to have to wait till you get your phone back.
Yep, I believe this happened. I believe that she was sitting there, and I think she was trying to help him get into the phone. That's the reason she threw her hands up and goes, oh, well, it's two-party authentication. You just have to wait till you get your phone back. I think the whole accidental factory reset, I believe Jen suggested, just my opinion. But when he was trying to access the email from her phone, I think she was frustrated because no woman who is missing her daughter, no mother, no father, no aunt, no grandma, no sixth cousin once removed would be screwing around on the phone looking for packages or helping someone track packages with everything else that was going on. Here's my phone. Go ahead, play with it, knock yourself out. And they were going to sit right there and watch everything that was going on around the building while the two partners in crime were trying to delete all that stuff out of Google. Jam 420. Love you, girl. She said she knew. She is a depressed, desperate, thirsty woman who sold her daughter out for a man. She will go down, that is for sure. Oh, she will.
What else? We waited in the car. I think at this point, when I noticed that forensics was locking down the house and you guys said we couldn't come back, I told him to call his dad because I had a feeling y'all knew something and it was going to come down on him.
Deplorable. You all knew something and it was going to come down on him. I told him to call his dad. Well, she also texted his dad and said they found the images. Get him an attorney. Well, our friend Grizzly put up another FOIA. Took me a couple of days to get through it. I know some people will say, oh, why didn't you do the show sooner? Because I want the person that got the FOIA to go through it first. That's just me. That's just what I do. I think it's called courtesy. So, Stefan, he's being interrogated, okay? They left him in that room for a good 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. He's just laying there on the table sleeping. Look at him. Look at him. You know what they say? Guilty people can actually sleep. Innocent people are climbing the walls. They're anxious. They're like, they need answers. Guilty people don't need answers. They don't. So here they come in to wake up Sleeping Beauty.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. That's okay. Didn't mean to wake you up.
I love that. We didn't mean to wake you up. We didn't mean to wake you up. It's been discussed in so many other cases. They keep the lights on real bright, uncomfortable chairs, except for Jen Soto. She had a couch, and they say, we're just going to watch him. What's he doing? Sleeping? Oh, okay. I got this. All right, I got this. Nobody can sleep unless they know the answers. Sorry, didn't mean to wake you up.
I'm going to introduce myself. My name's Mark. I work for the Kissimmee Police Department. Nice to meet you, Mark. This is Corporal Ilgen. Brandon. I understand you've been here for a little bit. So just to give you a little bit of background, the reason we are here now is because Jennifer and yourself reside in the city of Kissimmee. So initially they thought, dropped off at school and it would be an Orange County case. It seems like since she lives in Kissimmee, that's the reason we're going to do the case. Okay. You understand? Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me just grab some things here real quick. All right. I know that you were brought up here by detectives, right? Detectives drove you? Okay. And that was earlier today. I have no idea how long ago that was. It was sometime today. Sometime today. Correct. So being that you're here, we're here, you were taken here by detectives, I just need to get this out of the way just so we can talk about how we're or where she may be, okay? All right. Have you ever been in trouble ever in your life? Yeah. Okay. Have you ever had your rights read to you at any point in your life? I must have. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm going to do them again just to get it out of the way, and then we can talk about school and stuff like that, okay? All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have them present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning. Do you understand these rights? Okay, perfect. All right. So before we start talking, one last thing. Can you just raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm that the statement you're about to give is the truth, nothing but the truth, to the best of your knowledge, so help you God? Yes. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Let's talk about your we just talked to Jennifer a little bit. So
I would love to know the redacted part. Can we talk about well, we just talked to Jennifer for a little bit. I'm going to assume that the your is the images. Still no emotion from these people.
Where'd you meet her?
Work.
Where was that at?
We worked for a home building company. It's no longer in business, but we were both in the call center area.
Oh, okay. So like selling homes or?
Yeah.
You lived in Kissimmee with them? Because I know Jennifer says she's lived in Kissimmee for years.
Yeah, off and on for years myself.
Okay. Any family that lives in Kissimmee?
No.
Okay. So on and off, how long do you think you lived in Kissimmee?
This stretch, 2 or 3 years.
Okay. Jennifer kind of mentioned that, then you moved back to wherever your parents live. Where is that at?
It's in Northport, it's down by Sarasota.
Okay, so on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So she had a birthday recently. She had a birthday party Sunday. Is that right?
Sunday, yeah.
Okay.
So
Did you come to the party?
No, I was not. I was on my way up at that point.
Okay. So the party ends. Did you pick them up from the party?
Someone must have dropped her off.
Okay.
She was there when I got there. Jen asked me to make sure that in the shower and did her bedtime routines, which she did. She was already on top of it, so nothing to do there.
Okay. What time do you think you got back in Kissimmee?
What time I got into Kissimmee?
Yeah.
Maybe 8 o'clock, 83-ish, something like that.
And I apologize if you've answered these questions before. It's just like I said, we're coming into the game late, so I may ask you things that you've already answered probably 3 or 4 times.
I apologize as well. My memory is not super reliable on time frames. I've been medicated for the better part of a week.
Okay, that's fine. What do you take medicine for?
Anxiety mostly. I've been having some money troubles lately. I'm anxious over that. So.
Okay. Well, hopefully your money troubles get better.
I've been medicated on Ativan since probably Saturday.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So when you got to Kissimmee and you got to the apartment, what happened?
Made some dinner, made some ramen. Don't know how I make my ramen. Then we started watching Sister Act, but it was time for her to start getting ready. Basically, just as we were starting Sister Act.
Okay.
And that was just about bedtime.
What time is bedtime?
Usually 10:30, 11-ish,
Okay.
something like that. It's a spectrum, not a set time.
Mm-hmm. Then, so who's going through the bedtime routine? Because I know Jennifer said she has somewhat of a little routine too that she does. Is it her? Are you talking about?
Jennifer's routine is taking her meds, eating some food so that she can have the proper calories for the meds. And then she's got about an hour to do whatever she needs to do because she needs to fall asleep at that point.
Okay, gotcha.
Her bedtime routine is taking her bedtime meds, brushing her hair. She should have showered that night. And then she goes to bed as well. Usually with some bombs or something on in the background. Bomb sprinkles.
Okay, this has always disturbed the F out of me. Okay. Her nighttime routine: she showers, she takes her meds. Little does he know, in the state of Florida, if you abuse a child, you're never seen the light of day. There's also a law that even if there's not a murder involved, you get the death penalty. Proper calories, her nighttime meds. Whoever said the girl can't sleep? I have a feeling she couldn't sleep. You know why? Because of what had been happening to her since the age of 8.
Got it. What are the sleeping arrangements?
She sleeps in.
Okay. Did she sleep in her bed Sunday night?
No. I was just back. I'd been away for a couple months. in the same bed together, snuggling. To get some serious sleep, so she said no to that and suggested that the guest room upstairs had a big enough bed. So some snuggle cuddle time that would suffice, and Jim would get to sleep in peace.
Okay.
Okay. And there it is. We had snuggle cuddle time so that Jen could sleep in peace. We have discussed on this channel, I can't tell you how many times, what would have been happening in the bed that Jen sent them to room 4 so she could get a proper night's sleep. He hasn't been around in a few months. Snuggle cuddle time is not going to keep anyone awake. When people go to bed, they go to bed and they go to sleep. Sometimes it takes people, they go to sleep before their head hits the pillow. Some it takes them like an hour. But the snuggle cuddle time is what was going to keep Jen awake that night. Wanted Jen to get a proper night's sleep. Snuggle cuddle time.
Yeah, but it's difficult.
What?
I think he's on his way down to help.
Gotcha. Okay.
Last I heard.
All right. So Jennifer says, "Go up." So snuggle time with you to help her go to sleep. Is that right?
Just bedtime. Yeah.
Bedtime. Okay. Did you stay in the room the entire night?
Not the entire night. I'm usually up and down sometimes. So I might go grab a drink or something, or yeah, I'm up and down sometimes.
Gotcha. But you stayed. You didn't at any point go. Okay. All right. So night goes on. Morning time comes around, and it's to school. Walk me through that a little bit.
Excuse me. Morning routine. She usually starts waking up. We set about 3 alarms. The first one goes off and we let her keep snoozing.
Do you remember what time her alarm goes off? What?
Not really. Maybe 7:30ish. I'm not sure. Alarm goes off. We let her snooze about 3 times while we start getting ourselves ready. And after the 3rd snooze, it's time for her to get up for real and start getting ready. Typically, she will have showered the night before, so she needs to brush her hair, brush her teeth, excuse me, get her book bag together, eat some breakfast if she's going to eat there.
Let's talk about some other interrogations where people have yawned to buy time. Now, Jen Soto does not, but I think about Hunter in the Summer Wells case. When he's on his dad's channel, it's like he just had a case of Monster energy drinks. He don't have no yawn in him. But when he's talking to Chris McDonough, or really anyone else, if he doesn't want to answer a question, he's yawning. Well, Keith, thank you so much for gifting the Crime Lines and Lies memberships. We love you.
And way out the door.
Okay. So walk me through, like, you leave, you take her to school in your car?
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of car do you have?
It's a Lincoln. It's actually my parents' car because my car is down south. It needs maintenance, and we're scared to drive it too much. So I'm driving a Lincoln right now. Got out early. The plan was to get some McDonald's on the way. So we got out nice and early.
Do you remember what time you left, roughly?
Not 100%. Sorry. I'm sorry. My memory has not been super reliable.
No, that's fine.
But it was early. Maybe 7:30, 7:45, something like that. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not certain.
That's fine.
The plan
Was Jennifer awake when you guys left?
Semi-awake. I was giving her updates as we were going along. Getting ready, she's getting dressed. We're leaving now. Goodbye. But she was sleeping in, so I was just giving her little updates and poking my head in as we went. But we leave the house. We start making our way.
Okay, right there. I think there is way more to this statement than we can even understand. He was giving Jen little updates. You know why? What's he need to give her little updates for? If her child's sleeping, then there's nothing to update. She's 13. She knows how to get up, get herself dressed, and get ready to hop in the car to go to school. But he was giving Jen little updates. Who wanted Madeline dead? There's many theories. She was pregnant and they freaked out. She got to the point where she just said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. She had too much medication because, it's a turn on for Stefan for women to appear dead as he does things to them. Too much medication. They knew they couldn't take her to the ER. Toxicology is going to be really important in this. But he's giving Jen little updates, even though they were not supposed to be in Jen's room in order for her to get a good night's sleep. Yeah, right. We know what the little updates were. And we know that dog leash could never have been taken out of Jen's room at 8:13 in the morning. It's impossible.
Way to the school. Most of the time, make our way over towards her school area. I ask her if she's still in the mood for McDonald's. She says no. She doesn't want it anymore. Okay. Continued on. It was still pretty early though, I think. We still had some time to kill. It wasn't really time to drop her off yet. I had apparently forgotten my clicker key fob for the gate. So I ended up actually turning around at some point and going back to the community to get the clicker. I had to use my parking sticker to get in for the guy to scan. I had some errands to run afterwards, and I wanted to have my fob. But we still had plenty of time as far as I knew. So we did that, grabbed the clicker, left again. And that's when we drove over to her school area and I dropped her off where I dropped her off.
Okay. Do you remember where you dropped her off?
Yeah, it was the stretch of, I forget It's a street name. It was the stretch of road that the school is on. Make a right onto it. It goes down a little ways. There's some communities over here, and up further there's a church, and there's the overpass and the school on the other side of the overpass right there. I dropped her off on that stretch where the communities are.
Was she by herself when you dropped her, or was her friends there?
Yeah, she was by herself. She said she was going to go find her friends and hang out with them and show up.
Okay.
It was still early.
Where did you go after that? Like, did you see her walk towards the...
I saw her making her way towards the direction of the school, but she was like kind of shuffle step. She was meandering her way there. She was rummaging through her backpack for something. I assumed she was looking for headphones, maybe. But as it turns out, she did leave her phone at home that day, so she might have actually left her phone.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, this is so important because he's talking to the detective. She was rummaging through her backpack, but she left her phone at home. He shakes his head, the detective. Got ya. Truth is, they know there's no way that she was rummaging through her backpack. They already knew that it had been thrown in the dumpster. They already knew it. And what is going on around here, you all? I tell you what, you're making it rain every 2 seconds. I love you so much. Thank you. If you were gifted a membership, make sure you say, thanks. Thank you. Me love you long time. They knew where the backpack was. They know they're being lied to.
What was she wearing when she left, or when you dropped her off?
Green hoodie, black shorts, black or blue, black shorts, white Crocs.
White Crocs. Okay. All right, so she's walking towards the school. Do you continue straight when you leave? Or do you turn around?
I turned around and went back the other way. I was watching her in my rearview mirror, and she was going the right direction, so it looked okay.
And where did you go after that?
The next stop I wanted to go to was the vape shop. It opened at 10, so I had a little while, so I just kind of meandered around and eventually made my way over there to wait for it to open. It didn't open when it was supposed to, so I left and came home, and went back about an hour later when I was sure it would have to be open at that point. Got what I needed there, and made my way back to home again. Relaxed and hung out with Jen for a while. Seemed like any other morning.
When you got back home after school, was Jennifer home at that time?
I think she was on her way home. I think that she had a blood appointment, and we were both kind of going to arrive very shortly with some time with each other.
Okay. So when you got home, when both of you got home, what? Walk me through the rest of the day.
Just hung out, chit-chatted. I mean, I don't know. It's not much to recollect.
But you stayed at home pretty much all day, or no?
Pretty much until maybe noon-ish or 1 o'clock. I had a few errands to run, but I wanted to be back in time for us to go. So I just ran up and down 192. I ended up getting flat at some point.
They tell on themselves all the time. They do. I went down 192. Well, we know where Maddie was found. I had a few errands to run. Okay, super duper. I was going to give Jen updates. What do you mean? You said you had to have snuggle and cuddle time with Maddie so that Jen could get a proper night's sleep. But you're giving her updates? Now hold on. What's the update? Your 13-year-old daughter dressed herself today. She brushed her teeth. What's the update? Well, I got a bunch of updates for you guys because it's raining like crazy in here with all the gifted memberships. You guys are the best. Thank you.
It's made me late to get
Where'd you get a flat at?
somewhere along 192.
192 is a big road.
It is, and honestly, it all looks the same to me. So I've been asked, do you remember what plaza you were next to, what color? And I'm like, I'm ADD as it is, and I was in a medicated fog for the better part of a week. I'm lucky I remember what color I'm wearing right now.
Do you remember what errands you were running?
Yeah, I wanted to go check out some game shops.
Where were these game shops?
There's Coliseum of Comics, there's House Rule Games nearby. A lot of the Targets and Walmarts carry the game I was looking forward to. It just had a new release on Friday, so even though I don't have much in the way of money right now, I still want to go look and see what the situation is.
It's always nice to window shop.
It is. And I'm a serial consumer. So I was just driving around up and down 192, sort of just aimlessly, honestly. Just killing time till it was time to go back.
All right, so when you got home, did you and Jennifer leave from school?
So I got home, it was 10 minutes later than Jen had wanted to. By 10 minutes, I called her and said, hey, where are you? I'm so sorry, I got a flat. She already left. She had been gone for 10 minutes. It didn't make sense for her to come back and get me. She likes to be the first in line when the kids start coming out.
Okay, then wasn't at school. So what happened? Did Jennifer call you after that, or what?
I was already on the phone with her while she was waiting. We were just chit-chatting. We do that. We just keep each other company, even if we're not physically together. You know? And she's that's when we started asking questions. You know, did she go somewhere else? Did she know that you were going to come pick her up? Did she possibly go to her office, which has kind of been what she's been doing for the past, working a new schedule. So we started making all the calls.
You know, because I had to go and find this video game I wanted. We know what he was doing that day. It's been pretty much proven. We haven't had trial yet. There's no trial date set for Madeline's murder. And it's just damn disgusting. It's a Monday. And this grown man has to go find a video game. I think it's going to come out that he never once before took Maddie to school. What Jen Soto says doesn't hold any water. It doesn't hold any water at all. It's going to come out. I've been wrong before. That the day that he drove around supposedly taking her to school was him playing Satan's secretary for Jen Soto. I 100% believe that he is the one that killed Madeline. This is one of the laziest fucks in the world. You think he cares about what time Madeline gets to school?
No one had seen her yet. So that's when we started getting a lot more concerned and panicked. She drove around a little more, looking for her, looking along the walking paths, and didn't see anything. Went to her. Not there, waited around, not there, went back to the school, not there. At that point, the whole family started rallying up and going to meetings. And I think that it was around that.
Okay, while they're redacting, I want to look at this comment by our birthday girl, Kimberly Mann. Make sure to tell her happy birthday. She says, fatal paper cut. Yes, this visit had motive behind it. Something had been discovered. There was a huge, oh shit moment. It could be that Maddie's pregnant. It could be people were getting too close to the truth. I do not know. But something had to go down.
Going back to school, how was she like on the car ride there?
Calmed down, sleeping. Sleeping along the way. She does that.
How often have you?
Not often, honestly. This might have been my third or fourth morning school run. I'm not normally the one to do it.
And on the other occasions, has she had you drop her off in and around the same location, or how does that?
She has this image thing. I guess it's, she only likes to be seen getting out of certain cars in front of the school. But I guess kind of a hoopty, and she's embarrassed. Right?
Lincoln?
Nice looking Sentra. So yeah, this is not the first time she's asked me to drop her off a little ways down so she could walk up and look cool.
So you say she was conked out on the way there. You said you took her to school, or you were on her way to school. You needed to turn around to get your clicker.
Correct.
Was she sleeping then too?
She was. Yeah.
Okay.
It had been an early morning, so I figured it'd be fine to let her sleep in the car ride.
Okay. When you got back to the apartment complex, or did you go in the front gate, or because I know there's the front entrance and then the back entrance?
When I came back after forgetting my phone.
Yeah. So which way did you leave?
I would have had to go in the front.
Okay.
And the guy scanned it. And I got in and got my fob and left. I don't remember if I left out the front or the back.
Did you stop anywhere else
When he says front door or the back, I vomit in my mouth. I upchuck, okay? I hurl. There is so much in this case to unpack that we cannot possibly wrap our minds around it. Not enough rubber bands in the world to tie this up. I'm still stuck on he was given updates to Jen. I think the first update was knocking on the door. The detectives told Jen Soto. They said, listen, unless you're sedated, you can wake up. You can wake up. But supposedly she jumps right out of bed about the dog leash because she was worried about dog piss on her bed. There's a reason for the dog leash. There's a reason that he came back to the apartment and spoke to the security guard saying, I forgot my clicker. I've got to go back in. He was obviously worried about his phone because he didn't want to be tracked. Dum Dum didn't realize there's cameras everywhere. Big Brother's always watching. Always. For some reason, he came back with Madeline in the trunk. And that's when she was taken out of the black shorts and the jeans were put on. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't care if you are Hulk Hogan. It's going to take more than one person to get that done. Then Jen Soto has the nerve to say she thought maybe the pictures that were shown to her, the images, were of her roommate's son. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You know the difference between a 40-year-old schlong and a child's?
No.
Not that I recall, no.
Okay. Did you take any trash out from the apartment?
Was it the night before? I think I did. I'm not sure. I took the trash out at some point, but I don't remember if it was the night before or it was the morning of. Yeah, sometimes we get trash bags piling up by the door. To see them.
Is there like a common trash place, or like is there take their trash to?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that where you took the trash out?
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't remember if that was Sunday night or Monday morning?
It could have been Sunday night. I don't recall. I'm sorry, I was in fog.
Always a victim, always a victim, always a victim. Sorry, I was in a fog. I'm ADD, but I've got time to go around and find video games. This has always been one of my number one questions. Well, I would say in the top 20 of these cases. This is Jen Soto's boyfriend, okay? That's all wrapped up there with his arms crossed, talking to the detectives, okay? Laying there sleeping, you know, he's got all these sleep problems, you know, you name it. Why on earth would he know anything about his girlfriend's daughter's period cycle? Was it that Jen found out that she truly was pregnant and was like, okay, this is your last cuddle time? Go to the birthday party. I'm not taking off work like she is some sort of real hard worker. This woman has been canned more times than cream corn. She don't care about losing a job. She always finds a way to skate back. He tells his mother, Stefan, tells his mother that she started puberty at 11. Again, there's things that we notice with children, okay? We do. we'll notice, a boy's voice changing, little bit of hair on the chin. But he said she started puberty at 11. That's what he told his mother. Now, the pregnancy test that she was talking about comes in a pack of 3. I'm referring to Jen Soto. I have 2 pregnancy tests under the sink. Why? If you're only taking the baby gravy up the poop chute or down the throat, then why would you need a pregnancy test? You'd also been having a relationship with a woman. Yes, I realize it's 2024, but it takes a man to get a woman pregnant. Things were very heightened.
Well, okay. So
He was concerned about Madeline's cycle because he had to be. Hence the app where they were tracking it. Why would he give a shit? Anytime myself, when I was growing up, when my cycle came on, that's the last thing my father ever wanted to hear. He would just be like, oh, I don't want to hear about that stuff. I don't want to hear about that. But he was very, very, very involved into when she had her period.
You don't know.
Supposedly they got video of her walking past the church or waiting at the church for a while and then leaving.
How's your relationship with her?
Great. I'm one of her favorite people in the world.
Yeah, nothing concerning about this. There's 2 other men that said, I'm one of her favorite people in the world, just off the top of my head. One is Don Wells. Summer loved me more than anyone. Summer loves her fucking daddy. The other one is the Audrey Cunningham case, the man that is going to death row for murdering her, that said, I'm her favorite person in the world. Stephen Stearns. I am one of her favorite people in the world.
So you're saying when you had her backpack, presumably her school computer was in her backpack, and you described her wearing a green jacket, some kind of dark colored shorts, and white Crocs. Okay. Well, I can confidently tell you She did not go to school with her backpack.
How's that?
Because we found it in the trash. So, Stefan, here's what I'm asking you and pleading with you is to dig down and do some soul searching. Okay. You understand? Family's pleading with you. I'm pleading with you because this is all that we need to find. And it's, as more time goes by, it's tough. I have kids, he's got kids. And this little girl's out there somewhere that we need to know where. And I really, really, really think you can help us. I mean, you want to get something off your chest. I don't know what it is, but I'm pleading with you.
I don't know. I don't.
What happened?
I dropped her off.
Where?
I dropped her off on the road to school. That's the last I saw her.
Did sometime throughout the night on Sunday, did you guys have?
Okay. At this point, he knows he's not going home. He knows he's going to be arrested, but he's still too damn dumb to not get an attorney. And I don't care who the attorney is. Nothing's going to save him. Nothing's going to help him. Not one thing is going to help him. And I can't even imagine what their investigation is right now linking Jen. He is busted, never can be trusted. That is so true. He's not going anywhere.
Have any interaction, conversations?
What, like fight?
No, I'm not saying fight. Just, did you guys sit up and talk, or?
We talked while I was making ramen. She was excited about her choir performance coming up. She was singing a little bit. I told her it was pretty. It reminded me of Sister Act. That's why I wanted to show her that movie. Just talking about a crush she had on the boy.
How'd that make you feel?
Fine. She knows she's not old enough to date, but I told her crush on. Get your crush. That's healthy.
Do you think, had she had any boyfriends in the past?
Not per se, boyfriends as however they can be early on, but we decided that she was too young, needed to avoid that BS.
All right, being that she's too young, so she shouldn't.
Okay, look at the detective's face, because like right now he has to turn away from him. I don't know how these detectives, when they interrogate, how they don't jump out of their skin and just start beating TF out of someone, okay? I told her, well, crush on, but you're too young to date. Why is he making any decisions? We decided it's too young for her to date. Well, no shit, she's 13. But she's not too young for you. Is she, Mr. Disney? A child being unsupervised is irresponsible altogether. These dudes know they're looking straight at the devil. They know they're looking straight at a demon. She's too young for that, but she wasn't too young for you, Stefan. She's too young for that BS.
be having sex with boys. You're saying.
She's all the that stuff. None of it counts. None of it's real. I just thought her she'd be better off waiting till high school.
Mm-hmm. Has she ever talked to you about boys?
A little bit sometimes. A little bit.
Has she ever, because I asked Jennifer the same thing, has she ever disclosed to you about being sexually active with boys?
No.
Do you know if she's ever been sexually active with anybody in the past?
Not that I'm aware of. I heard there was some sort of incident when she was much younger where she did something with the phone or a camera but got scolded for it. She was very young. She didn't know.
Okay, it's getting sicker and sicker. If anybody needs a break, let me know. We can do a music break, whatever you want to do. He's covering his tracks at this point. She did something with the phone and she got scolded. All right? You don't have to be Jenna Jameson to know the difference between a grown adult man's dick and a child's. Okay? You don't have to be a doctor to know the difference between what you're looking at. She's too young to date. We don't want that BS. We discussed it. It's sick. It's evil, and it's got my blood boiling. And the not that I'm aware of. Look, when people say not that I'm aware of, there's a red flag. You know why? Because everyone knows their own damn life. Everyone knows their own freaking life. What he's trying to do is explain away the pictures on his phone, but he's being asked point blank, well, did she have a boyfriend? Because at this point, they have a good understanding. They already know about the images. They already know all that stuff. But they have a very good understanding that she could possibly be pregnant. Hence why they're asking about the boyfriend.
She got scolded for it though. But that's vague. It's just remembering what someone said offhand.
All right. What happened to your hand?
Flat tire. I haven't changed a flat tire in about 10 years. So I made a rookie mistake and had my thumb too close to where the jack and the frame meet. And it slipped, and the frame came down on my thumb and pinned it between the jack, which I feel like I got off surprisingly light with that.
Ouch.
I yanked it free. You're not supposed to do that. It looks okay. It's got the worst of it. Some bruising under the nail.
What about the other scratches?
Courtesy of a janky tire iron and the road.
Did you bleed at all?
Yeah, this one had some blood and this one had some blood, but not much. It clotted fast.
Do you know what popped your tire at all?
No idea. Tire just started going floppy and then
Pretty worn out or
way
something?
floppier and then just completely freaking separated. I think we had a spare and a jack. Janky as it was.
So typically when changing a tire and stuff, you tend to get brake dust and dirty and all that.
Yeah.
Did you happen to?
Positive that I breathed in some freaking brake dust or tire dust or something because I was coughing the rest of the afternoon.
What'd you end up doing to clean up or stop the bleeding and stuff?
Nothing, actually. Just
You
went
didn't get
home
too
and
dirty?
washed my hands, and that was it.
Your clothes get all messed up at all, or
Not bad, surprisingly.
what were you wearing by chance?
This. So I think I'm still wearing this. I'm still wearing the same clothes.
Oh, so you kept pretty clean.
Try to, I guess.
You weren't wearing a red shirt?
He was wearing a red shirt early in the morning, but I changed clothes later because that shirt was in a couple days old that morning. And the flat tire happened after that.
Did the flat tire happen before or
After.
after?
It was sometime afternoon between noon and like 2:30. I don't know how long it took me to fix it.
And you changed your shirt before or after going back to get the gate clicker?
I don't recall. Maybe after. I can't. I'm so sorry. I was medicated. I've been medicated all week. My memory is just not as reliable as I would like it to be right now.
I'm so sick of hearing about how he's so medicated and she's so medicated. This one has this one has that. They're all forgetful. They had a plan. I've just been so medicated. I've been so medicated. Dude, you're a grown man that doesn't work. Okay? You're a grown man that doesn't work. You sleep all damn day. And you stay up at night to do unspeakable things to your girlfriend's daughter. Work on your little figurines. Communicate with other children about Digimon. And play video games. Butterfly Kisses, thank you again for the Crime Lines and Lies memberships. I tell you what, if you don't have a membership in here, there is something wrong. You don't even have to have lottery odds around here anymore. You guys are amazing. Get your umbrellas. Everybody get your umbrella. This piece of shit.
You know, I was in a fog and half asleep that morning as it was.
Or on her own when you took her to school?
Yes.
What are you thinking about?
So I'm spacing out here. Long day, no sleep.
Who else has access to your car? Are you the only one that drives it?
All my parents have access.
But here in Kissimmee?
Yeah, in Kissimmee, I'm pretty much the only one with access to it.
So safe to say you'd be the only male driving that Lincoln?
Presumably, yes.
All right, I want to get back a little bit to you saying she's not allowed to have boyfriends or anything like that.
She can have crushes. She likes them.
All right, have you and her ever exchanged, like, do you guys exchange text messages? How do you guys communicate?
FaceTime. She'll FaceTime me at night when I'm not around before bedtime to say goodnight. Sometimes we don't even talk about anything. We just sit there doing our own thing and just with each other's faces on the phone. Just spending time, you know.
What happened? So the deputies made a comment. So what happened to your phone?
no idea what happened to my phone. I was pushing off doing this update for a while and ended up trying to do it. I don't know what the hell, my head being in the state it was, I wasn't paying attention. I ended up somehow doing some sort of option that updated the OS, but it ended up like wiping my phone at the same time. Even just now, the phone that my dad gave me and set up for me, I literally just pulled it out of my pocket and the sucker was reinitializing again. So I don't know if it's just me in technology right now or I'm just not paying attention or...
Did that happen once to your phone, or how many times do you think you updated your phone?
I think I tried to update it twice, and I don't know what happened.
Okay, and from what I understand, that you gave the deputies consent to look through your phone. You did, okay. And you voluntarily gave it to them so they could bring it here to do the extraction and stuff like that. Okay. What do you think was on the phone?
Text messages.
Mm-hmm.
Emails. Old stuff.
Pictures?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of pictures were on there?
Training card pictures, lightsaber pictures, Disney pictures.
Do you have a Google account?
Yeah.
Do you save pictures to your Google account?
Sometimes.
They already knew. That is the whole, they're not going to interrogate one person because, well, for one, they don't want to lose their damn jobs and they don't want to blow the whole case. They already knew about the Google Drive. It just took quite a while longer to go through it and get the warrant back from Google. Busted. Medicated, sleepy, drowsy, in a haze. Get real. And for those of you that are asking for a music break, our main mod here is Pat K, who doesn't, by the way, it's a secret. We'll keep it between myself and 532 of you. OJ knows. So I guess we have 534. I'm doing simple math. Only Pat K decides when it's a music break.
Or is it automatically? I know sometimes phones sync to a cloud and...
Yeah, I think it backs up to Google.
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes when you reset your phone and your phone updates and puts these apps back on your phone, sometimes it will put the images back on your phone.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you have
I assume so.
any pictures of you?
Probably. I mean, we went to Disney, took selfies on the train. She got back from Puerto Rico and had her hair braided. We got pictures of that. All sorts of pictures. Family events. I'm not as much of a shutter button. Take them every once in a while.
Any other pictures you can think of? Here's where I'm going to be brutally honest with you.
Woo! Okay. This is where the detective said, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. If you want a music break, because what he's going to say is something we already know, but it's put a different way. Pat K already said, okay, music break. Look at that. Shelly Crabtree is now a new YouTube member. So we're going to take a music break before we hear what they confront him with. Yes, Pat Kay celebrates all of John Mellencamp's catalog. She also likes Huey Lewis and the News and George Strait. I don't know. She says Bob Dylan. You know what? Pat would love it because in Tulsa, since she likes Bob Dylan, we have a whole museum for him. And his son, he's the lead singer for the Wallflowers, is playing here coming up in a couple weeks. And Leave It to Snow, the estrogen's coming out of her ears all the time. She's like, oh, he looks sexy in his white shirt. All right, so we had a deep breath, correct? You have a deep breath. This is when they hit him with what they know.
At the same time, even just now, the phone that my dad gave me and set up for me, I literally just pulled it out of my pocket and the sucker was reinitializing again. So I don't know if it's just me in technology right now or I'm just not paying attention. Or
Did that happen once to your phone, or how many times do you think you updated your phone?
I think I tried to update it twice, and I don't know what happened.
Okay, and from what I understand, that you gave the deputies consent to look through your phone. You did, okay. And you voluntarily gave it to them so they could bring it here to do the extraction and stuff like that. Okay. What do you think was on the phone?
Text messages.
Mm-hmm.
Emails. Old stuff.
Pictures?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of pictures were on there?
Training card pictures, lightsaber pictures, Disney pictures.
Do you have a Google account?
Yeah.
Do you save pictures to your Google account?
Sometimes.
Or is it automatically? I know sometimes phones sync to a cloud and.
Yeah, I think it backs up to Google.
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes when you reset your phone and your phone updates and puts these apps back on your phone, sometimes they will put the images back on your phone.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you have
Oh, I assume so.
Do you have any pictures of you?
Probably. I mean, we went to Disney, took selfies on the train. She got back from Puerto Rico and had her hair braided. We got pictures of that. All sorts of pictures. Family events. I'm not as much of a shutterbug. Take them every once in a while.
Any other pictures you can think of? Here's where I'm going to be brutally honest with you. There's your phone. And I'm pretty sure you know what some of those pictures are about. You're a very intelligent person. And I don't want you to discredit yourself by saying you don't know about all the pictures that are on your phone. You understand what I'm saying? So do you want to add to the list of pictures?
No. Should I be talking with a lawyer right now?
I can't answer that question. My sole purpose right
Idiot. He already gave you your Miranda rights. You have the right to shut the fuck up. You have the right to an attorney. If you don't have money for one, they'll appoint you one because they don't bring you in unless they already know. You idiot. You go into a room with no windows and you're in the damn corner and they don't come to talk to you for a good 6 hours. They're not there to give you advice. Should I get an attorney? Oh, I'm not advising you on that. Dumb fucks. Heinous.
Right now is to see if I can find, and I'm really hoping you can help me.
Okay, well, I'd like to try to help, but I feel like I should probably have a lawyer present at this point.
So you're wanting an attorney?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. That can happen. I want to let you know you're not free to leave. You're being detained, okay? Do you want to know what you're being detained for? Capital sexual battery and possession of child pornography. Okay. So we're going to step out. If you need anything, please tap on this door. Okay? And there's going to be detectives outside that will be able to assist you.
Okay.
Well, good luck to you, Mr. Is it Stearns?
Yeah.
Stearns.
So what we have here is good cop, bad cop, okay? The dude that's been talking to him the whole time, he's the good cop. The one cracking his knuckles that wants to turn that table over and just start beating the fuck out of him is the bad cop. He was just waiting. So you know what you're being arrested for? Yep. Okay. If you need anything, this is not the Hilton, but go ahead and knock on the door. And look how he's already trying to explain what was found on his phone. Shuddering. And you're about to see a shirtless Stefan, okay? Now, let me tell you right now, this is a personal thing I'm going to talk about. I nursed all 3 of my children, okay? Not at one time because I have 2 boobs, all right? That's how it happens. So they sucked the meat out of me, all right? I had implants because, well, it was looking very National Geographic on my body, okay? I will say he's got a better rack than me. Sorry, I sped it up because I wasn't about to watch him sleep for another, 3 hours.
And your hat also, please. could open your mouth. Share first. Take off your shirt. Okay. Your shoes. Here you go.
Not to be graphic or put even more in your head than we've already heard, but when she said open your mouth for her to get the DNA from his, do the cheek swab, take off your shirt. This is what Madeline was subjected to.
Okay, go ahead and turn around, face the wall. Put your hands behind your back. Put them together like you're praying. There you go, just like that. Go ahead and spread your feet for me. Thank you. Oh, wait, let me go.
Give old girl a raise, please. Give her a raise. She's in the room with a charged murderer and child rapist. Give old girl a raise, please.
I just want to see something real quick. Did you get a really good picture of this right here? This whole area. Just here's the right hand. It's probably under the. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Okay, that area too, please. Can you treat one like that, please?
Eggs around, Steve.
Good. Did you guys get a picture of his scar on his stomach?
She got a full photo, yeah.
Yeah.
help out just by pulling your pants off your ankles or your toes.
Try not to let the pants touch the ground, please. What's this in this pocket here? Just your wallet?
Yeah.
Lift your foot, please. You got it.
This is important to note, NYC baby boomer, because this was noted on, I think it's Fox 35 Orlando, that the women that were there, they're actually forensic nurses. So it's not like you just have some kind of Seth Rogers coming in with a Q-tip, okay, and a camera.
We need to search these again before you take them to make sure that there's nothing else in there. What do you think? I just want to make sure that we search these again before she submits them. Is there anything else in these pants that we need to know about?
Just as long as you get underwear, you guys want that.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Here's my father.
What bag am I going to put these in? When you take them off?
They don't
The
come
same
out
as
here.
his
We're
pants.
done.
No, we need them separate.
You need separate?
Yeah.
You
Mara,
have
can
to
you get
take-
another brown paper bag from the drawer? What we're gonna do when we take off the boxers is I'm gonna take them off. He's gonna stabilize you to make sure you don't fall. I don't want the boxers touching the floor at all, so I'm gonna hold them up. You'll remove one leg at a time, just like you did pants, okay? And then do you have a suit looking? We're just waiting on one more bag for your pants. We're trying to keep you exposed for as short time as possible. Thank you. All right, ready? He's gonna stabilize you.
Okay, there are people out there that say this was dehumanizing what they did to Mr. Disney, to Stephen Stearns. They said this should not have been recorded. They should not have been looking at his private parts. Why do these people not say, are you kidding me? He's charged with murder and 60 some counts of CP, 17,000 images, 35,000 on another device. Again, give this woman a raise, please. Because if I had to see that little bread and butter pickle, I'd have come out of it. I'd have been so mad.
All right, first leg out.
I'm gonna take the belt out of here and put it in.
Okay, second leg out. Thank you very much. All right, there's certain things we're looking for, so we need to find the marks. Don't do anything squirrely, man. You will eat the carpet. Do you understand?
Woo, I like this girl. I like this girl. She said, don't do anything squirrely or you're going to be eating the carpet. You're going to be eating the carpet. Don't even think about it. You know, you've got cuffs on. You've got that detective that wants to send you straight to hell. Don't do anything squirrely or you're going to eat the carpet. Well, I could see our girl Angel P doing that if she was a nurse in the jail. Yeah, she found marks. She said, we need pictures of those marks.
Thank you. All right, ready? He's going to stabilize you. Go ahead, first leg out. I'm going to take the belt out of here and put it in. Okay, second leg out. Thank you very much. All right, there's certain things we're looking for, so we need to find the marks. Don't do anything squirrely, man. You will eat the carpet. Do you understand? Absolutely. Can you take a picture of that marker too, please? You got another one under? Okay. Well, I need a flashlight or a light or something, please. Where am I? Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're okay. Can somebody else flash her?
We need a flashlight. Get me a flashlight. I've been like, get me a microscope and some tweezers. Let's get this done. Get me a magnifying glass. Let's just look straight at it. Get me a fucking telescope.
It was on this side, right here somewhere. Okay. See? Okay. I don't see it. Can you show me the freckle, please? You know what I'm talking about, Mara? It's the one he took over there. That was a freckle? Mm-hmm. Okay. You're sorry for my.
All right, so they blocked this out. Good. Because what they're doing is they're combing him for DNA. They're combing it. Sorry to make light of something like this, considering we know exactly what's going on. But they have to have someone holding up the pickle and someone combing the balls. That's what they're doing. I did love the flashlight touch, though. That was nice.
If you use it on this side, you think? Turn this way for me, please. Face me. Light on, right here. Back the light up a little bit and put it like more towards the center. Right there. Flipped. Okay, let's take a picture of this mark right here, please, if we can see that. It could also be on the skin down here. When it gets erect, it's like getting, you know what I mean? Any other marks?
Anytime you guys want me to stop this, I understand. But you just heard the nurse say, at this point, he is becoming erect. Wow. At this point, he's becoming erect. They spoke about this on their local news, and of course, I always have to look at the comments. And one person said, that's a violation of his body. Yeah, listen, she says it. He was becoming erect.
It's probably under the. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Okay, that area too, please. Can you take one like that, please?
Hey, I'll see it.
Good. Did you get a picture of his car on his stomach?
She got a full frontal, yeah.
Yeah.
We can help out just by pulling your pants off your ankles or your toes.
Try not to let the pants touch the ground, please. What's this in this pocket here? Just your wallet?
Yeah.
Lift your foot, please. You got it. We need to search these again before you take them to make sure that there's nothing else in there. What do you think? I just want to make sure that we search these again before she submits them. Is there anything else in these pants that we need to know about? Should we check these out? Just as long as you get underwear. You guys want that? Yes, we do.
Where's my phone?
What bag am I going to put these in? When you take them off?
They don't
The
come
same as
out.
his
We're
pants.
done.
No, we need them separate. You need separate? Yeah. Mara, can you get another brown paper bag from the drawer? What we're gonna do when we take off the boxers is I'm gonna take them off. He's gonna stabilize you to make sure you don't fall. I don't want the boxers touching the floor at all, so I'm gonna hold them up. You'll remove one leg at a time, just like you do your pants, okay? And then do you have a suit? Okay. We're just waiting on one more bag for your pants. We're trying to keep you exposed for as short time as possible. Thank you. All right, ready? He's gonna stabilize you. Go ahead, first leg out. I'm gonna take the belt out of here and put it in. Okay, second leg out. Thank you very much. All right, there's certain things we're looking for, so we need to find the marks. Don't do anything squirrely, man. You will eat the carpet. Do you understand? Can you take a picture of that marker too, please? You got another one under? Okay. Well, I need like a flashlight or a light or something, please. Where am I? Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're okay. Can somebody else flash her? It was on this side, right here somewhere. Okay. See? Okay. see it. Can you show me the freckle, please? You know what I'm talking about, Mara? It's the one he took over. That was a freckle? Mm-hmm. Okay. Your hands in for my. Is it on this side, you think? Turn this way for me, please. Face me. Light on, right here. Back the light up a little bit and put it like more towards the center. Right there. Flipped. Okay, let's take a picture of this mark right here, please, if we can see that. It could also be on the skin down here. When it gets erect, it's like getting, you know what I mean? Any other marks? That like freckle thing right there?
I thought underneath.
Can we take it? Okay, underneath where?
Do you have those pictures?
So we have this one, which I believe is the one that she saw over here.
That's that one. Okay.
That's the dark one.
Yeah, you can't really see
Right
it too
there.
well with him not being
Oh,
correct.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The one that we're trying to find is this down here.
Oh, gotcha.
So it might just be.
Let me see how much hair is. Can you zoom into that?
I love how he keeps looking down at what they're doing. And I'm so sick of these people, even if it's only like 2 or 3 people that do it. They're like, oh, they shouldn't have humiliated him like that. They're like, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. We need a smaller comb. We need a smaller comb. He's becoming erect.
It's right where the hairline starts.
All right. Well, do we have a deputy out there with a real flashlight?
No.
See if you think of this skin. It could just be that the hair got thicker too.
Or it could have been he had an ingrown.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we have a freckle.
And then he has freckles on his leg.
Yeah, we can take the birthmark or whatever it is.
Can we take a picture of the other side?
You want to check the pictures before we put clothes on and make sure?
Okay, so we for sure got this one.
Yeah, the black freckle mark.
Yeah, we got that. The other one could be an inline hair.
Luminous. That's exactly what they're doing. They're looking for particular freckles, scars, birthmarks, because they have to match it with the pictures. That way, when his defense attorney gets a hold of it, he can't say, well, that's probably another dude. That's probably someone else. So like, we need that freckle there. We need this one. We need this one. We need that one. But we got a problem because he's getting erect, and we also have to comb out his sack for DNA. Birthmark, whatever that is. We need the tattoo. We need any identifying mark. I did see some idiot go, how come they didn't take any pictures of bruises? I'm like, what? Who said he had a bruise? They seem to be more concerned at this point about comparing his real life body to what was in the pictures. Jackie, she said the flash of the camera got him excited. Yep. Between the flashlight and the camera, that's when they said he's becoming erect. Goodness.
Take a picture. We're not able to see your bed not being erect. I don't think there was anything else there that we saw.
Okay. Did we get whatever was under the Band-Aid that you wanted to see?
Did you guys take the Band-Aid off?
Mm-hmm.
I took it off.
Can we see? Let's take I think.
Let me get the swabs first.
Go ahead.
Since you're already in there.
Yeah. And definitely the head of his penis too, please. Do you need where my hands are?
And not to get graphic, but information that came out back in March. I did not talk about it on the channel because it's way too much. But they did talk about pubic hairs that were found on Maddie. I can't say where, that they knew were not hers. Trust me, they're not trying to get his ball sack ready for a French braid. Okay? They're matching them. Pat K, thank you for gifting a Crime Lines and Lies membership. And that is public record, my friends. That is not Facebook record.
Turn around for me, please. It's okay. And wait, I just want to make sure.
Thank you.
I'll be with you in a second. Okay. Hold on, let me see. Alright, stand up for me, please.
I love it. They come in with the gloves. They're like, yep, we're ready to go again. We're ready to go again. I am actually shocked as shit that this came out through the FOIA. And remember, with the FOIA, the first person to get it, they get it, then it can be shared. This was first released on Grizzly, so she got it first. But here they come with the gloves. These are such depraved, immoral, disgusting people. Disgusting. Disgusting. So, yep, he's got the cuffs on, and here she comes with the gloves.
I just want to make sure that main line is, you know what I mean? The main line on the wrist is seen. All right, go ahead and move forward, spread the feet, wide, 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 more. There you go, just like that. Oh, thank you. Is that better?
I apologize. They're not going to do anything, to his buns. They were adjusting his cuffs. I'm just saying that imagine the look on his face when they come in putting on those gloves.
Yeah, is that still okay? Yeah, it's okay. All right, have a seat. She's very smart, too, so let's get her opinion. But I think we're going to.
The cuffs hurt him. He's, degraded by them, taking pictures of his freckles. I mean, you name it. It's a totally different rodeo now that they're processing him and taking pictures of him. Now he's sitting there by himself after the whole boo-hoo story. The whole, I'm medicated, and, well, just very foggy, that whole thing. You have Jen Soto trying to act like her daughter brought this on. That's where the whole Woody Allen thing came from. This little girl needs justice. And these PED sympathizers are disgusting. I'll never understand them. I will never understand any of them that take up for grown people that hurt children. Okay, so he's wide awake now. That long sigh. That long sigh. The I've been caught. There's no getting out of this.
It's gonna hurt for a minute, but he's gonna take him off. Just bear with us. Fortunately, they're not made for comfort. Thank you. All right, have a seat down.
He's wanting that water real bad. I mean, he's wanting it real bad. They tightened up the cuffs. They loosened them so they could take more pictures. And also we have a whole playlist, excuse me, my throat's dry, on Madeline Soto. I know Paper Slut wants to know if I'm going to be going over Jen's April interview. We did that in 2 parts, actually. We'll probably have to go through it again. Look at this. Y'all looking at that? He wants that water bad. At least Sarah Boone stuck her head under the spigot. Yeah. Woo! Holy hell. Look at it again. All right. And there it is, my friends. There it is. The question is, one of the many questions. Why is Jen Soto not cooperating? Why is Jen Soto obstructing justice? Why they are denying what went on with Game Pigeon? Why is she not raising all kinds of hell about her daughter's murder and the unspeakables that happened before her murder? Why does she keep denying that she had no idea what was going on? Time will tell, because either way, she's going to be a witness. Whether she is behind bars or not, they will pull her ass out of the cell and put her right on the stand and say, unless you want more years tacked on you, you're going to talk. You're going to talk. I just don't think it's going to be too much longer before old Jen Soto gets flushed down the toilet-o-to. Well, you guys have a good rest of your Friday. We have the best mod squad. Have you noticed? The best friends, the best chat, the best community. I think a few of us are not going to be friends tomorrow because that's when OU plays Tennessee. My husband has a huge bet on this between, well, himself and Muscles and Mascara's husband. I think we're going to do a members live tomorrow because somebody is going to lose this bet. And it's not money. If Muscles and Mascara's husband wins, Greg has to wear a Tennessee hoodie. If Greg wins, then Muscles and Mascara's husband has to wear an OU hoodie. It's getting sticky around here. Y'all are the total best. I love you so much. Keep in touch over the weekend. Check out the members live. Grab you a membership. Continue being cool as cucumbers because you always are. You're the best. Love ya.